Hello, y'all. I hope all is well. We are on our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. We did the work to stop attracting emotionally unavailable people. We stopped being that people pleaser and that overgiver, that overshare. We did the work to establish healthy boundaries. We learned how to say no out of love instead of out of anger and frustration, so that we could get that space that we needed, so that we could start doing the work on ourselves. Now we are on our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. We are going to connect the dots. We're doing that internal work that we need so that we can connect me, myself, and I. We can become whole and more aligned and centered. So today we're on day number 4. And the topic for today, we're going to be talking about the inner masculine support. The inner masculine as your support system. So the affirmation for today is, I can provide myself with structure and support. I can provide myself with structure and support. Are you relying on other people to create that structure for you? Have you been in codependent relationships where you gave your power away and you allowed other people to create your structure for you? Think about this. Again, in order to walk in purpose, to walk with authority, you have to be able to provide yourself in the structure and support that you need, which may require you doing things like setting routines, doing things that anchor you, make you feel strong, get into repetitive things that you need to do daily that will strengthen you and fortify who you are. So it takes work in order to support yourself. You really cannot wait for somebody else to take care of you. At the end of the day, just think about it. Who would you have if something happened to the person that you're depending on taking care of you? So you got to try to find that support system. You got to create your own support system within yourself so that you can get to a state of wholeness. And in that state of wholeness, you're able to magnetize and attract other things that are whole as you are. So that's the affirmation. I can provide myself with structure and support. The somatic practice for today is sit upright with a relaxed spine. Take 3 steady breaths. Notice your posture. So we're going to sit upright with a relaxed spine, and we're going to take 3 breaths and breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 8. So we're going to do that 3 times as your somatic practice for today. The visualization for today is visualize a steady, grounded presence within you that offers protection without pressure. So that's essentially you visualizing yourself. You're visualizing this energy in you that protects you, that gives you the armor that you need, but is not too heavy. It's not giving pressure. It's just steady. And it's providing you with what you need. So that is our visualization. Visualize a steady, grounded presence within you that offers protection without presence. The journal prompt for today is, where do I rely on control instead of trust? Now, this is a big one. Where do I rely on control instead of trust? Have you gotten to the point where you don't trust situations, so you begin to control them? You start to manipulate things, people, situations, because you're not so trusting of the results that you're going to get. So you try to force it into where you want it to be. That's not saying that you're secure in your behavior. Or are you someone that's actually having that done to you? Where in your life are you doing this? Where in your life are you trying to control everything because you just don't know what the outcome is going to be? So we got to get to a space of being more secure and understanding that things change, and it's okay if they change. Most things that are happening or I believe that all things are happening in divine order. So it's happening for you. And sometimes the changes are necessary, but a lot of times we can try to control things so much, try to force it to what we want it to be, instead of trusting that things are working for us. And it's almost like you try to, this insanity thing, try to do the same thing over and over again, try to get the same result over and over again. But real growth requires change. So you have to allow things to change, and you have to trust that things are going to go in the right direction. If you don't trust it, I'm pretty sure they won't. So it takes you being strong within yourself, understanding that there is a purpose for all things, understanding who you are, and that there's a purpose for you being who you are. You got to allow yourself to be. You have to allow yourself to grow. So that's the journal prompt. Where do I rely on control instead of trust? You may be losing people in your life because you're constantly trying to control them. Pay attention to what's happening. Are you doing this in a subtle way? Just being manipulative by, moving pieces around so that you can still get the outcome that you want. OCD, that type of behavior, or things that just, you just put too much, you just do too much. So are you actually doing that in certain areas because you don't trust where it's headed? That's our journal prompt for today. The tiny boundary is complete one task today without rushing. So that's our practice. You're going to complete one task without rushing. Take your time, breathe through it. If anxiety comes up, take a moment, do your somatic practice. Breathe in for 4, out for 8, until you become grounded. And just take your time, do that task. Don't rush. A lot of times we want to get to the end. We're so busy trying to get to the end of things, trying to finish. But life is a journey. And if you get to the end, what next? What's after you get to the end? That's my question. So why are you in such a rush? Why are you not allowing things to do what they need to do? Allowing the steps that are necessary, that need to happen to create what needs to happen. For myself, I've learned about myself that it takes time for me to process things. So I may go through an experience today, and tomorrow I might have to process it. So I had to realize, to give myself grace, to give myself time, and allow myself to process things before I, jump to a decision. Because my decisions come with my feelings, my internal compass, my body starts to tell me, and I have to let myself go through that process when making major decisions, doing very important things. So see, you got to sometimes just allow yourself, and the anxiety might kick in because you want to get the results. That control, that monster starts coming out trying to make you finish. But allow yourself to go through the process. Because if you think about it, let's think of this example. If you take a house and throw the house up so quick, just think, after a certain amount of time, that house is going to break down. We got to do things with integrity. We have to take time and do it the proper way so that it'll be done. And this may be hard, but practice. Continue practicing until you get it. Don't be frustrated with yourself. Just allow yourself to go through the process and learn about you as you're going through the process. The bonus holistic tip is stand or walk slowly for a minute and feel your feet connect with the ground. So it's more like a grounding technique. Allow yourself to support yourself. Feel what it feels like when your feet touch the ground. When you roll your feet from the heel to the ball of your feet, what does that feel like? So that's the bonus holistic tip. Stand and walk slowly for a minute and feel your feet connect with the ground. Do you notice anything about your posture? Do you notice that your legs feel some type of way? Do you notice that you might need to stretch more? What do you feel when you're taking the time to actually be conscious of the way that you're walking? So that's our holistic tip for today. I hope all is well. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my video. I will see you tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.